Fulanis have declared war on Igbo people and also the Southeast governors to the federal government, and they asked them to save the region from bloodshed. Okay, so leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has stated that Fulani has declared war on Igbo land. According to IPOB leader, the ESN is enough to tackle security challenges in the area, stating that the new group tagged Ebibiago should be ignored. Kanu stated this on Thursday via a tweet on his verified Twitter handle, and according to him, he says, "Dear Biafran youths, never allow anybody, governor or whoever, to recruit you to fight your fellow Biafran in the name of Ebibiago. The ongoing war in our land is not driven by Biafrans but by Fulanis, and ESN is on ground to stop them. If you desire to secure your land, join ESN." Point blank. So yeah, I think sometimes when Nnamdi Kanu talks, you really think it's clear he knows something that we do not. Because when he says the Fulanis are fighting us, I mean, again, if you look at the patterns of how history played out itself and how the Fulanis have been taking over, especially West Africa, it is not a surprise that, you know what, their crusade, it was a crusade, yeah, it was literally interrupted by the British. And yeah, I think, yeah, it was literally interrupted by the British, the slave trade, colonization, and all that. So yeah, and of course, you know, the the southeastern governors have southeastern senators have said to the federal government to save their region from bloodshed, because that's what is going on now. So senators from the southeast yesterday urged the federal government to urgently address the rising insecurity in the region. They deplored the devastation of communities and wanton destruction of lives and livelihoods. Well, what I want to guess is that don't senators vote for certain things to be passed onwards? But why do you call on? Is there a protocol to get things done? Like, don't they have power where they are? Why would they call on the government? Or are you trying to say that they've exhausted all their options and powers where they are as senators? Well, the Senate urged the security agencies to fish out those behind the attacks, especially in neighboring states. The resolution followed the consideration of a motion on the killings in Ebonyi, sponsored by Senator Sam Egu. Okay. Senator Chukwuka Utazi and Michael Inachi supported the motion. Many Ebonyi communities have been sacked and residents killed in recent attacks. The lawmakers condemned the attacks, in which properties were destroyed, and observed a minute silence in honor of the victims. The Senate directed the police and other security agencies to carry out a comprehensive investigation to the dastardly attacks and to promptly arrest and prosecute the perpetrators, as well as rescue kidnapped victims that are still held captive. It urged the federal government and Ebonyi state government to put appropriate measures in place to forestall further attacks. The Senate also requested the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to immediately intervene, though the provision of relief materials to the families of the victims and displaced persons in the affected communities. Egu said the Senate notes with sadness the general state of insecurity in Nigeria, which has now spread to most part of the country, devastating communities and wantonly destroying lives and livelihoods unabated. Killing, maiming, kidnapping, and wanton destruction of lives and properties have now become the daily experience of innocent and peaceful people in Ebonyi State, who are murdered in their numbers almost daily. On the 20th of March 2021, over 18 indigenes of Egedege, Obegu, and Amuzu communities in the Isheli local government area of Ebonyi State, including a priest, were gruesomely murdered in cold blood by rampaging herdsmen. Just 2 days ago, 12th of April 2021, herdsmen killed over 12 innocent indigenes, burnt and destroyed over 26 houses, and kidnapped 5 people in Ebonyi State. If the federal government does not intervene urgently, these wicked and senseless killings, kidnappings, and destruction of property may continue, thereby subjecting innocent citizens of my state to severe hardship and terrific fear. Senators approved the prayers of the motion when they were put to a voice vote by Senate President Ahmad Lawan. Wow. Let's see what the comment here says. Someone says, fools, how can you how can you ask the same people that are killing your people for protection? That is it. And as you know, Nnamdi Kanu just said to the youth, do not join the government in helping, destroy your own people. If you want your land, join ESN, Eastern Security Network, not Ebubeagu Security Network. Again, it's like, as well as Nnamdi Kanu has alluded to, the war is, or the fight is not necessarily against Nigeria. It's a Fulani versus Biafra fight, according to him. So it's like us knowing that truly the power lies in the Fulani part of the country, the northern part of the country. You're basically asking them to help you, when in a way, from their patterns and their behaviors towards proactivity, towards injustices in your side of the country, they haven't been doing their best. And it's like, you can't tell me that they do not know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing. And there's no point making excuses for people that don't want you. Someone says, let them first go for who openly owned up attacks on Benue State governor. Did they act till today? How do you ask your enemies to protect you? Foolish and senseless Fulani Caliphate lawmakers, governors from the southeast, shame on you all. It is embarrassing. It is very embarrassing and shameful. Especially knowing the history of the country. I don't know. You can't decide what people's opinions are. You can't decide what they see fit to their, personal politics and whatever. But the fact just remains that with the history of how a section has treated your country or your region, and how you guys have been marginalized, it's a bit like supporting your oppressor. And I guess, there's no justified reason to why. I don't know. Maybe it's just people's opinion. But again, as as he has said, as Nnamdi Kanu has said, the fight is sort of a Fulani war, not necessarily anything else. So yeah. So what would you think about this? Because again, it just seems like, so you're telling me that senators, you can't do anything in your local areas. You're telling me you have no power, that constitutionally, with what you have, you can't get anything done. So what are your jobs then? What are you planning to do in the meantime? Because the government will not listen to you. They wouldn't listen. So it's every single time, it's always the senators asking the people in top governments, basically doing the same thing the citizens are doing. We are looking to you guys on a much closer level to us to fix issues, and you're now doing the same thing to people at the top of you. It doesn't make sense. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.